Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary.
Good
Mr.
afternoon,
Spishak.
sir. How are you today?
Doing well, doing well.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you again.
Always. Question one. What is the proposed fee-for-service pharmacy reimbursement formula and dispensing fee to comply with the CMS federal rule that is effective April 1st, 2017?
So right now that work is being done by our actuaries. We hope to have that report released as we normally do. The first time we usually release that report would be at the MAC meeting that occurs next, which I believe is mid to late March. I think it's March 23rd that report will come out. Right now, folks are working through that and fine-tuning the report, but it should be available March 23rd at the latest.
What's the deadline for CMS to approve that?
We have to get a plan approved by the end of the fiscal year, so June 30th. And the effective date is April 1st, so it would be retroactive. We believe we'd be able to get the process done hopefully sometime in May.
Okay. And will that differ from the Act 169 PACE-PACENet reimbursement formula and dispensing fee?
Will the Medicaid one?
Yeah.
I think depending on how that report comes out, it may differ.
It may differ.
Well, the goal of what we're trying to do with the initiative is to bring PACE into alignment with the dispensing fee that we have, that we're going to determine as part of the Medicaid program, and that rule from the federal government.
So I kind of get that, but
Sure.
So number one, we did a bill last session, bipartisan, about 3 years of work to find the kind of sweet spot between formulary change and dispensing fee. A lot of work went into that. Pharmacies already took a huge cut within that just from the formulary change. The dispensing fee was just to try to make up for it. So you're basing a quote cost savings based on a policy that has not been approved, that you don't know where the landing spot is, but will change at some point.
It may change.
It probably will. I mean, you're probably looking at the same concept as Act 169 moving forward as a formulary change and dispensing fee, because it just has to be revenue neutral.
So I think it's probably too soon to tell that. I wouldn't speculate about what the actuaries' work will do.
So why propose a $45 million savings?
Because I think that
ahead?
when you look at the rate that you're paying right now, I think that to pay a different dispensing fee for dispensing the exact same drugs, I think that's something that we can do better. I'm always
two different formularies. PACE-PACENet formulary and Medicaid are different formularies.
I think that if you look at the state's buying power and if you look at the state's ability to purchase drugs, I think we can do better. And the answer to your question about the bill that was passed last year is I'm always in favor of what provides the best value to the taxpayers and allows us to purchase those life-saving drugs as cheaply as possible. I think this proposal will help us do that. I'm sure.
But your proposal's based on unknown entities. If you want to do an alignment, you don't even have an alignment. You don't even know right now where your Medicaid numbers are. Because they're not even approved by CMS. So how do you base policy and cost savings on the unknown?
So I think
how?
Go. Okay, I can talk now. So I think when you look at the proposal that's in our budget, it is the starting point for our discussion is to have the dispensing fee for PACE be aligned with. It's actually still a little bit higher than what it is for Medicaid. As that process moves forward, we're confident that within the rule that was issued by CMS that we can realize the substantial savings and still meet the federal requirement. I think I would urge you to closely examine that report that comes out at the MAC meeting in mid to late March, which will show our methodology. I'm sure you'll have, and other folks will have tons of questions. I think that's a good, healthy debate. But I think when you see that report come out, you'll be able to see, have another level of detail of why we think we're able to achieve those savings.
I just think it's very, very bad policy. I don't know who initially thought of that, but I don't think they understood the policy between PACE-PACENet and Medicaid. That's my opinion moving forward.
So there are a lot of folks we have experts in that area too. And I'm certainly happy to have that debate with you going forward. And I think that as that information comes out, we'll be able to have a rich debate on that.
Can you give us analysis of new entitlements and new services the administration has approved over the past 2 years, the costs, and from what line items they came from? Not now. I want the information.
We'll do our best, sir. Sure.
I appreciate that. And I'm
Okay.
still waiting on my questions from last year, too. So I do want to bring that up.
I reviewed the answers to your questions from last year a long time ago. I'm sorry that you did not receive them, but
No.
we'll certainly make sure you get them.
County block grants, when they were being debated, there was a worry about drug and alcohol funding being reduced or eliminated. To my knowledge, that has not happened. Was that a correct assessment under the
To my
block
knowledge,
grants?
too, yes. I mean, the nature of the block grants, though, is that the counties have more flexibility with that funding.
Had to date,
Representative, we're going to cut you off there.
thank you.